One of the ugly side of sport reared its head this week with the ongoing news of anabolic steroid and performance enhancement drug use in sport. But with all the news, what is not being talked about is the real, tangible, debilitating effects of anabolic steroid use. Nate Lewis this week found some soldiers on the front line of the battle between natural ability and chemically enhanced performance.
That's right, Jonathan, and there's more. These two schools are only a couple of miles apart. There's a big rivalry going on tonight. Last year, the Garfield Indians made a big state playoff run. The team that knocked them out of the playoffs was their opponent tonight, the Woodbridge Vikings. You got to see Woodbridge a couple of weeks ago against Forest Park. You know about DeAntoine Williams. He is big and fast at 200 pounds. But Woodbridge also has another speedster, Demetrius Quarles, number 3, and they have got a strong defense, returning 9 starters from that state title game a year ago.
Hi everybody, I'm Joe Ball out at Scott Stadium on the campus of the University of Virginia for the Division VI Virginia title game between, of course, the Westfield Bulldogs, who come in at 14-0, and a little bit of a surprise, the Woodbridge Vikings, who come in at 9-4. Now Woodbridge clawed and scrapped their way into the title game by knocking off a very good Hermitage team out of Richmond, Virginia. Westfield went undefeated this year. They are led by Mike Glennon, who, of course, this is his last game in high school. He'll be playing at NC State next year. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Oakton, Virginia. I'm Joe Ball from XPreps.com. The Oakton Cougars come into tonight's game 5-3 and a long shot for the playoffs, but they would certainly like to take a chip out of the Westfield Bulldogs, arguably the #1 team in the Northern region. The Bulldogs come in 8-0 tonight, and certainly they are in the driver's seat for playoff position in the Concord District.
Bulldogs, Cougars, right now!
Hi everybody, I'm Joe Ball from XPreps.com. Yesterday we were out here at Hummel Bowl on the beautiful campus of Episcopal High School in Northern Virginia to see the Episcopal Maroon in action. Well, less than a mile away from here is the campus of T.C. Williams High School. That's right, remember the Titans. This is the same storied high school portrayed in the Denzel Washington film, and today they play their last home game of 2007 right here at Hummel Bowl against the West Potomac Wolverines. Now, West Potomac is going to the playoffs this year. However, highly touted in 2007, they have been crushed twice in big games. West Springfield and Lake Braddock beat them 41-0. They need to take today's game and get some things straight and get ready for what could be a very tough playoff slate ahead for them. For nearly half a century, a legendary coach by the name of Morgan Wooten led the DeMatha Catholic High School basketball team to 1,276 victories. But the legacy of Coach Wooten at DeMatha impacted far more than what happens on a hardwood surface.
The athletic department at DeMatha has had great success for decades, setting their student athletes up for a successful high school career, one that begins with academics and character development.
We work off of 3 principles. Number 1, do what's right. It's right to be honest, it's right to be trustworthy, it's right to have character, it's right to study, it's right to go to class. The second thing we do with our kids is do your best. Don't settle for mediocrity. The third thing we talk to the kids about is basically the golden rule I think that everybody lives by is treat others the way you want to be treated. If you can do those 3 things and impart those 3 things to a young person, I guarantee he's going to be successful.
DeMatha's success has been staggering. The basketball team has won 34 league titles. That is almost every single year since the Washington Catholic Athletic Conference began recording championships. DeMatha's football team has been equally dominant, and McGregor averages an incredible 10 Division I scholarships annually for his young football players.
I had the fortunate ability to learn from Coach Wooten, and Morgan I think had every senior from 1960 until he retired get full basketball scholarships to college. So he was able to show me how to deal with the college recruiters and how to write the letters, what to say, and things along those lines.
The dynamic of mentorship is also something that DeMatha is instilling in its young student athletes.
We constantly talk to our kids about the mentoring process that we have. At DeMatha, it's type of situation where the torch will be handed down from the senior class to the junior class, to the junior class to the sophomore class, and eventually to the freshman class. And I think the kids who come here know that they're going to get their opportunity. They may have to be patient, but when their opportunity does come, they're going to have great things be able to happen for them.
That torch of mentorship has carried into many of the adult lives of alumni and former DeMatha players who have reinvested time and resources back into their alma mater. As a result of generous donations, DeMatha will begin building a $12.5 million convocation center, which will house a new basketball gym, weight room, wrestling room, and classrooms this May. They will also undergo this summer another $1.4 million project to turf the football field at Parkdale High School, where DeMatha plays its home games, and also a local rec center field. In Hyattsville, I'm Joe Ball, Shark Sports.
Hey, welcome to Shark Sports. I'm Joe Ball alongside Nathan Lewis, and we're out at the Fairfax Glory Days to celebrate playoff time.
The high school state championships are reaching their crescendo right now. The WCAC championships taking place. The winners there advance to the city title games March 14th at GW.
This was a very special week in high school basketball as we got to see the USA Today's #1 ranked team in the nation. Oak Hill came to town to play the Washington Post #2 team, Montrose Christian, out at Coolidge High School on Saturday night. We got a wild finish in that one to show you.
And coming up, we'll talk with Chris Lawler, USA Today, about some of the top prospects in the country. Those same top prospects right here in the D.C. area will be in action. We'll have all that for you right here on Shark Sports.
We'll also visit a local high school that Nike and Sports Illustrated have ranked the #2 high school athletic program in the USA, and we'll see how championship week is going and how this week's games have affected the Washington Post top 20 high school basketball teams.
Number 18, Cardozo.